Frempong is the founder and program director of COMHEALTH, a registered nurse with over 15 years of experience in the healthcare and social service industry. Heather has extensive knowledge and experience in health education, health promotion, disease prevention, mental health, and occupational health. Heather uses prevention, protection, and proactive health solutions to create and implement effective health and wellness programs for the workplace to improve employee health, minimize illness transmission, and create a productive, healthy, and safe work environment. Today, I'm excited to speak with Heather as she shares with us how her business, COMHEALTH, got started during lockdown due to COVID-19. I'm your host, Patrice Esper, a business advisor at the Business Advisory Centre Durham, BACD. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Heather. We really am happy that you were able to make some time. I know you're very busy as you've got a new business that you've just launched, and you're going to share a little bit more about it with us today. So thank you. I would love to start with introducing yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you just started, that business that you just started.
Thank you so much for having me, Patrice. So my name is Heather Frempong, and I am a registered nurse. And this year I launched my brand new business, COMHEALTH Inc. And we provide comprehensive health and wellness solutions for the workplace. So it's quite an exciting time for me. For some time now, I've been thinking about what to do. And unfortunately, with the crisis going on, I got my idea in the middle of all of this pandemic that we're having here to launch a brand new business. Yeah.
Well, actually, that's what excited me when we first met. It was a few months into the year. And I remember doing the follow-up and everything. And you shared with me, yeah, you've now launched and everything else. And that, again, my curiosity is piqued when I talk about clients and everything else. I love how some seize the moment. They see the opportunity and sure, why not? You know, what else is preventing us? Were there any obstacles then that you faced because of COVID-19 in starting up? Or would you just say it seemed to be a normal core or part of the course, as they say?
Definitely obstacles. My biggest one, fear, fear and anxiety, right? The time is changing, is unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. But at the same time, there was this realization of if not now, then when, right? So when is it ever going to be the right time? When is there ever not going to be a reason or for me an excuse not to take a leap, right? And so for me, it was coming to that realization that, you know, this is the time that I'm here. And the idea came to me during this time, so that has to speak for something, all right? So I took action. I connected with you for some support.
And here we are today.
Yes.
You tell us then a little bit more about COMHEALTH. So in the sense of who do you serve, where do you serve, and how can somebody reach you then?
Okay, so COMHEALTH, we are Durham based. Our office is in Ajax, and we serve businesses and organizations. So the workplace is our client. We provide health and wellness solutions. We provide occupational health nursing. We also provide mental health support and infection prevention and control practices. Our model is looking at the whole comprehensive health of the workplace.
Okay.
Yes, and in terms of contact, our web email, which is hello@comhealth.ca.
hello@comhealth.ca. What's great about what you're sharing is that this business has actually come about because a need has arisen in the marketplace for these type of services. So you recognize it. And I know you shared with some of your own background, you have that expertise and experience to go with it. What surprised you the most when you started down this road then?
So in terms of what the business process, or in terms of the workplace and the supports that I'll be providing them?
I think both. First in the process,
Both.
and then
Okay.
second in, yes, what the reaction from the marketplace to when you introduced it.
Okay, so in terms of starting the business, what surprised me most, it was from our conversation. when you're asking me all of these different questions in terms of all of the things I need to have in place, and doing that research to identify what did I need to have in place and the costs associated with it. That was a big shocker. But at the same time, I have a vision in mind, and I didn't want to spare anything. I wanted to make sure that when we launched, we had everything in place to be able to provide a really good support system for the workplace. So that was a big shock to me. A pleasant surprise, though, on the other end is because it is during COVID, I did get a lot of different discounts. So that was nice. So some of the platforms and software packages that I had to invest in, it was a really good deal that I got. So I was very happy about that. In terms of the workplace, I've worked with people for a very long time, so I know there's always going to be different dynamics and different things happening. And specifically to COVID-19 and looking at infection prevention and control practices, what surprised me most is the amount of people that are trying to do it themselves.
Right.
And there is a level of expertise. There is a process. There is science behind infection prevention and control. And so when I see that there are individuals wanting to try to do it themselves because it may present to be quite easy, I identify so many different risk factors when I'm out there in public. And so for me, that's the most surprising element to me is the amount of people that are trying to do it themselves. And then now we're seeing after, going through stage 1 and 2, that we're starting to have another increase, right? In terms of the number of cases. And the question becomes, are they not doing what they're supposed to be doing? And I believe they are. I believe that all business owners, operators are all doing what they believe is best to be done, right? You've got the signs up and the little labels on the ground showing you directions, but there's so many other aspects of it underneath that is not known. And that is where I believe the risk is to the business, to the workplace, to customers coming through.
So what I'm also hearing is that what surprised you is that there's now definitely a market need.
Yes.
So the need was there. So when you went about doing your market research, you had an idea. And yes,
Yep.
The finances were a shocker. But what probably spurred you on is recognizing, there's a need. And people are actually, because I know you've made a few sales and you have a few clients already, which just after opening a couple of months, which is amazing. And I think that's definitely a pleasant surprise that your service is needed. So
absolutely, yeah, and that is a wonderful. It is, and it's exactly what you said, because you have the idea, right, and you're like, it's needed, and then there's sometimes doubt will creep in, and you're not sure, like, is this really needed? And you're starting out, and then you meet people, and you're like, no, it really is needed, and then it just affirms that, right? So, like, my client that I'm working with is a hair salon in Ajax, and again, the spirit is there. They want to do well, but there is a lot of different gaps. So being able to help them identify those gaps and helping them create and develop their infection prevention control policies and procedures, and also customizing the training for them to meet them and their needs and how their business is delivered has been such an amazing experience, because now I'm taking all of that science, all of the health research and best practices, but I'm putting it in the practical way that makes sense to them, that they can be able to practice that and safely provide service to their clients. So that feels really good.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Couple more questions.
Sure.
My one, again, I always say in the podcast that we deliver, we like to offer some takeaways or some value to a listener who's maybe interested in starting their own business or already has their own business and wanting something. We always take away something when we share with others. What would you say? I know you just started out, but in this beginning process, any big takeaways or lessons that you are already implementing, like that have made an impact?
Patrice, I would say that when you have the vision, that have faith and leap in and do all that you can to help that vision come true, and not to take any shortcuts. In the beginning, I thought about different shortcuts, and I went along, and when seeing the end product, I'm like, no, this is not what I want my business to represent. So go in with the attitude and the idea and the faith that you're going to succeed and leap from there so that you can provide that really quality type service that you're looking to provide.
Okay, so what I'm hearing from that is get clear on your vision and
Yes.
avoid the shortcuts.
That's right.
Take the long road.
Yes, take the long road, take the long road and invest. It is an investment, and it's scary, but you know, if you don't try and you don't invest and you don't put in that energy and the resources that you need to deliver what you're trying to deliver, then you don't, then the product may not be able, like, live up to what you're looking to achieve, and that doesn't feel well inside, because you want to be proud when you're out there and you're presenting whatever it is you're presenting.
Mm-hmm. And as you started this journey, are you feeling less alone now?
Less alone in what sense?
Because I got a sense when we have clients first coming in that they don't know where to start, that they feel that they don't necessarily have the support or the resources, etc., to help them through that process. Are you still feeling that way?
You know, your organization is amazing. I'm going to tell you that. I think the best thing that I did was coming out of my little comfort zone and the idea that, oh, I could figure this out. Let just Google what I need to do, and connecting with you, right? And going on that site and seeing there's so many different resources out there, and then seeing that there's so many different entrepreneurs out there too with businesses that can help support me in launching my business. And through that, establishing new friendships and connections, right? And so, yes, definitely I feel less alone, because for me, going through that experience, I realized that there is an answer, there is a solution, and it really is a matter of just connecting with the right resource and coming out of your comfort zone and asking the questions and getting that support.
Okay, I'm so happy to hear that. BACD, so the Business Advisory Centre of Durham, has been around for about 21 years. This year, 21 years, and it still seems to be that little known, unknown secret. And for it is. And if any of the listeners out there are not part of the Durham region, maybe they're out of the York region or in Toronto or in Waterloo, etc. We are in Ontario, one of about 54 small business enterprise centers throughout Ontario.
You're kidding me.
No,
I did not know that.
Yes. So the support is there. It's sometimes we just don't know where to look or how to start to look. So I encourage anyone, check it out in the sense of if they want to reach out to us, if this is their first time hearing about the small business centers, then they can reach out and we would guide them, let them know where the closest one is for them. And if for some reason they're from United States, there's the America Business Development Centers, which are very similar. So the reality is the resources are there to help individuals. And I'm now the final question here for Heather.
Ooh.
What's next? So you've accomplished sort of the first 3 months. And so now looking forward in the next 3 months, I won't go too far, but in the next 3 months, anything exciting coming down for COMHEALTH?
Well, in terms of launching our program, I mean, I'm really excited about it, and also looking into how to provide the mental health support, right? Because right now, I mean, there's a big need for infection prevention and control, but there's also a need for mental, and I'm very passionate about that, right? So it's all about really tune in and supporting businesses, organizations to be able to reach, people where they are, which is their workplace. I mean, we spend about 60% of our time in the workplace, right? So as bringing those supports in and launching that mental health support.
Excellent. And so once again, where can they reach you, or how can they reach you? hello@comhealth.ca. I want to repeat it again because, and we have it in the beginning slide as well, but we again still had some technical difficulties. You gotta love technology.
I do.
Thank you so much, Heather, again, for spending some time with us today and sharing with us about the opening of your new business and how things are progressing. I'm so happy for you. And for those who are listening, if you're in the Durham region, please, check us out. First, visit our website, bacd.ca. We have a lot of workshops and events. As Heather mentioned, the events are a great place to start if you want to build out your network. The workshops are a great place to start if you want to develop your business skills or just get more comfortable about what business ownership is and a better understanding of what sort of responsibilities and things you can look forward to. And that you can find again at bacd.ca. Heather, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of the summer, and I look forward to catching up next time.
Thank you so much, Patrice. Enjoy yourself as well.
Thank you.